Welcome to my visual diary where I express my thoughts, experiences, and feelings, reflecting on my current journey one season at a time. If I happen to sound poetic, please do excuse my lyrical language. Starting off strong, let's dive into the topic of healing. It's often said that there's a grieving process to healing. The constant confrontation and mental battle of why, how, and if can be like the stages of grief. And truth is, I tend to shy away from uncomfortable emotions. So I guess that's why it's a struggle for me. Healing from past trauma and romantic relationships is more complex than it appears. Having to unlearn, relearn, and reteach myself is a massive undertaking, and honestly, sometimes I don't know if I'm doing it right. Personally, I don't condone victim mentality. It drives me nuts, if anything. I'm pro personal accountability and a solution-focused approach. I believe that looking at it from a different lens invites growth to change the situation. But trauma has a way of resurfacing unexpectedly. It's like fighting to keep off the old version of yourself versus trying to make the new, evolving, mature, refined self feel seen. Constantly pushing the narrative of the best version of myself, striving to be that Proverbs 31 woman, and how discipline would be the cornerstone of her approach, how she would be intentional in all she does, and how she'd blossom into this happy, resilient, successful woman. But truth is, that in itself is a journey with many ups and downs, where highs are high and lows are low. But the real question is, am I willing? Am I willing to fall and get back up? Am I willing to rediscover myself time and time again? Am I willing to face that trauma and make peace with what was? Am I willing to fully trust and know that God has it under control? Come to think of it, that explains life, hey? Life is not linear. As they say that no one knows what they're doing. Everyone is just doing what they can and hoping for the best. And as a Christian like myself, we walk by faith and not by sight. We just never know what the future holds. And on the topic of love is where I feel like the depths of healing required for past wounds is often underestimated. This year, I cut ties with the one person I imagined spending the rest of my life with. Our ordeal was a roller coaster, but we kept finding our way back to each other until that cycle finally ended. Took a while for me to realize this, but he was my first love, and I'm grateful for the love we shared because in those moments, it was exactly what I needed. I'd say that relationship was a turning point for me. It forced me to reflect and grow, and as a result, I gained perspective and clarity on what I want and expect in a partner. However, that relationship taught me love is just one piece of the puzzle. It's crazy that I say this now because, I believe the definition of love is subjective, and I, for one, look to the Bible for guidance on what love is. 1 Corinthians verse 13, which says, "Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoings, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. Having known this, I recognize that love alone is not sufficient. Other factors such as communication, consideration, effort, and compatibility are crucial. And in the same light, it taught me that I still have a lot to learn and improve myself. I suppose that's why I don't feel that I'm quite ready to move on. Apart from the dating pool feeling like a foreign, overstimulating market, I've come to terms with the fact that my contribution to society in this season is me prioritizing self-love, personal growth, healing, self-discovery, and trusting the process. And I believe that when I'm whole, I'll attract someone whole. It took me a while to digest this, but it's so easy to forget that God can use even the most hurtful, hopeless situation to show His love and faithfulness to us. So we have to stay reminded that in our pain, God is doing something. We might not understand it yet, but we should continue trusting in Him, obeying His will, and worshiping Him, because we know that the Bible says that God wouldn't allow anything unless it has a purpose. And if you also are healing from something you really verbalize or share, I do hope you remember to be kinder to yourself and do not rush the process. Show up for yourself as much as you show up for others. And just know that when everything is shaking, God is up to something. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy the video. I will see you on my next one. Love and light.